New day, new done, new video, new reaction. Ronaldo versus my unbeatable goalie robot by Mark Robber. He's an engineer, I think. Yeah.
This is the world's greatest goalkeeper because it's a robot and it's really, really fast. And this is Ronaldo, the world's greatest soccer player.
Cristiano Ronaldo! Ronaldo!
So the question becomes, what happens when the world's greatest player faces off against the world's greatest keeper? Now, to even get to this point, I had to survive the toughest of coaches,
Don't cut the corner!
the strongest of legs, a lot of failure, and a little blood. Look at my hand! But all that started for me right here at the most iconic football stadium in the world when I was invited to play in the Sidemen charity match. And I came ready to play.
Left back! Mark!
Oh!
Football we could ever play, 90,000.
My second favorite moment was when Speed tried to outspeed me.
I remember this.
Because my first favorite moment was when I got to take a penalty kick and score
He
a
did
goal
score.
in front of 90,000 of my closest friends. Now, to say this was a dream of a lifetime would be an understatement. I've been playing soccer my whole life, starting at 5 years old, and that's the kind of moment you only dream about as a kid. The problem was, now that I realized how good that felt, I couldn't shake the idea that somehow I'd missed my life's calling to compete at the highest level with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, normally, because I'm generally uncoordinated, when I need to compete at the highest level, I just rely on my brain, which means I know what it feels like to be a world-class bowler, a world-class field goal kicker, that's my boy, world-class darts player, jigsaw champion, domino layer, and golfer. And so while that was a reliable plan B, if I was ever gonna have a chance to actually compete in a sport with my raw athletic talent, this would be my best shot. So with the cheers of Wembley still ringing in my ears, I made my way back
Honestly,
to the pitch
Mark
to
Robber
meet
is
up
the
with the
only
one person I knew could prepare me
engineer,
for the debut
YouTube
of my
engineer
professional
TV
career.
that
The GOAT of
I
American
do
soccer
really
himself,
enjoy.
Mark, what's up, bud?
Landon Donovan. How we doing? And I cut
The
right
variety
to
of
asking if
subjects
there's anything I would first need to know before
he
going
does.
pro.
Okay, so you're training twice a day on the field.
Got it.
And then hour 15 in the gym every day.
Okay.
After that, calf raises, okay? 30 minutes a day you're at home, calf raises. Every time you're running, ball at your feet all the time. What about your ice creams and your treats and your dessert? Lots of stretching, yoga, that's Pilates as well. Talking to a sports psychologist. Keep your
How
heart
old
rate
is
low.
Mark?
It's cutting.
Hold on though.
Keep your hips
How old is he? I would estimate he's actually 45. Let me see. He's 45. Oh my god, I'm good at this. I swear God, I didn't know.
Keep your hips mobile. Running, jogging, it's massage. 6 more things.
Could you just write this down for me?
Just read my book.
Oh, it's come in audiobook?
Yes, it does.
It does? Okay, good.
Let me see what we're working with.
We started by running a 5-drill gauntlet to see if I had what it takes. Starting with the simple exercise of kicking a ball straight up in the air. Easy enough? Oh boy.
No. Every time you mess up, you gotta take a lap.
What? Apparently this is a pretty common training technique for soccer.
Don't cut the corners!
My bad. With every mistake meaning a full lap around the field.
Try again.
Another lap.
Take a lap.
Oh,
I have a feeling this is gonna be a long, intense.
where I had to practice heading a ball lifted up to Ronaldo's
workout.
max jump height at 9.5 feet. Is it close? Must have been good, right?
Lap.
Ah! Soccer's hard. Test 3 was the banana kick,
Just like this.
where we had to put spin on the ball to bend it into the net.
He said soccer is hard. Honestly, my personal opinion, I think football is way more harder and way more competitive. Soccer basically just is like running a marathon with a ball. Football is way more intense. Thanks, sir.
Not bad.
Got it, not bad.
Not good.
I gotta not good. I know. Lap.
Faster, please.
The next two tests involve speed and accuracy.
So just like this.
This one, we had to bomb a ball into the goal from halfway down the field.
That's pretty.
So I gave it a shot and actually made it pretty far. Away from the net.
Lap.
Dang it! But I was feeling optimistic about the final test because that was aiming at targets at a much closer distance. So I was pretty sure I was running my
Not
last
even
lap.
close.
Cut the corner.
Barely cut.
All right, Mark. 4 targets, 4 balls.
I just had to hit the top right,
I think it's easy.
I hit the post.
and then the top left, and then the bottom right, and the bottom left.
Oh, is that even possible? I mean, you could have just said yes.
Lap. Let's go.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of like this. Lap.
Corner.
It's like a foot, coach.
I love the effort. I'd stick to science, bud.
So with that resounding end to my professional soccer career,
Thanks, Landon.
it's time to start thinking like an engineer and initiate Plan B. And so after consulting with the team for a little brainstorm, this was Plan B. If I want to be the best soccer player in the world, I'll first need to defeat the best soccer player in the world. In other words, I need to switch positions and make it impossible for Cristiano Ronaldo to score a goal on me by building the world's greatest goalkeeper. But there's a problem with that. Ronaldo kicks the ball at 80 miles per hour, so it'll reach the goal line in just a quarter of a
Dang.
second. Now, if our goalie's centered, then the maximum distance he has to travel is 12 feet. That means he'll need to yeet himself to 40 miles per hour, then slam back on the brakes to 0, all within 250 milliseconds. That's literally half the time it takes to blink. In other words, I'm gonna
Half the
need
time.
big motors and a bunch of fancy cameras to track the ball, so we can predict the trajectory after only
Alright, that's not
15
fair.
milliseconds. For the fancy camera part, we got ourselves 12 high-speed infrared cameras. So while a normal camera sees me and Ian and anything else that's randomly in the background, those 12 cameras only see one
ball.
thing: this soccer ball. And that's because if you look real close on the soccer ball, we've got these little gray stickers called retroreflectors, whose surface is made up of tiny little glass spheres that bounce any light right back at the light source, like you see with those markers on the road or with road signs. So these cameras blast the scene with infrared light, and because they can only see infrared, the retroreflectors glow super bright relative to everything else. So when you compare exactly where the center of the bright spot is in all 12 images, and then do some really complicated math, you get a 3D position of where the ball is down to the nearest millimeter 500 times per second. For us, that means 6 milliseconds after being kicked, we now have 3 data points we can draw a line through to predict where the ball will end up. In other words, by the time Ronaldo's kick has traveled exactly this far, the goalie robot will already know exactly where it
No
needs
way.
to be to block the shot.
GG's. GG's. By the time he kicked the ball 2 foot, the robot is already there, anticipating it. GG's. There is a trick, because I've seen this. This was done before. I've seen a soccer player. I don't remember who was it. I think it was Pogba or someone. He actually kicked his shoe, and robot saw that as the ball. It went after it, and then he kicked the ball the other way.
The shot. So we first needed to
a
validate our
cheap
tracking
shot, but-
system by recording a kick that was faster than 70 miles per hour. And apparently Ian got Coach Landon's scouting report, because when I showed up, there were 2 D1 soccer players already there to take the kick instead of just asking me.
Ian, I specifically remember telling you I can do that for you.
I remember you saying that. I do.
But I'm nothing if not a team player, so I volunteered to get in goal.
I'm so confident. Not only am I going to block your shot, but I'm going to get its speed at the same time. Please don't hit me. I'm done!
I tried aiming away from him. Medic! Oh, that's bad.
Look at
No,
my
he did not
hand.
try aim
But it'll
away.
take a lot more than that to keep Mark Grover down, because it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. So I cleaned my wounds and courageously stepped back in the line of fire.
Let's see what you got. 66.
That's not bad.
Which was good, but not quite fast enough, so we had to keep trying.
Go! Wow! 67.
Which I'm assuming will be good enough for the top comment, but not good enough for our top speed.
Go! 71.
We now had the data to verify our design would actually
71.
work, which meant we were finally ready for a 10-second build montage.
Still not as fast as Ronaldo's kick, but
This is 1-to-1, no?
Yeah, that checks.
Here's how it works. Those cameras we talked about all plug into a computer that figures out super quickly in real time where the ball is going to end up, and then it sends that answer to the pair of 50 horsepower motors right here and here. Then each of those motors is attached to a belt
Yank.
that whips our carriage-mounted goal to the exact spot the ball will be, plus or minus the width of a human hair. So all that was left to do now is to see if it actually worked.
We want to try to take a shot?
Do you want to try and block a shot? Hands away from the keyboard. Here we go. Oh!
He knocked off one of the cameras.
Okay, Mark Rober.
Better luck next time, Mark Rober.
Now, to appreciate how tricky that is, there is a ton of data with over 5,000 camera frames updating the goalie position real time every second. The only problem was this warehouse was basically in the middle of nowhere with zero internet. So I hit up my besties at T-Mobile and they hooked us up, which meant we were firing on all cylinders thanks to the best network in the US. For my second shot, I tried to get tricky with the off-speed kick.
Bring the heat.
3, 2, 1. Wow!
There's no fake outs.
You coated the Panenka, dang it! There's no fool in this guy.
You want to go again?
Finally, in frustration, I just reverted to raw power with a kick that would make Coach Landon very proud. So while it wasn't
He
yet perfect, it was
actually
certainly looking very
did
promising,
score.
even if I'd already identified a couple weaknesses.
Oh, shit. Hey, we weren't ready. Redo.
So to make sure we had truly worked out all the bugs before facing Ronaldo, we decided to gather real-world data by heading out to a local high school for some actual competition in the form of 5 shooters of increasing difficulty, culminating with the final boss, Destroying, aka the strongest leg on the internet. And we kick things off with what was certainly the most
I've seen his
intimidating
videos.
opponent to date.
How fast can you kick?
Really fast.
Guess how fast Mark Rober can move?
How fast?
That fast! That's faster! All right, Science Bob, do the honors.
Come on.
Oh, yes!
Oh.
Better luck next time!
Come on
Jonah.
now.
Now, in
Chill,
hindsight,
Mark.
I do admit my round
Bully
one selling
at
against
5
Jonah
years old.
might have been a bit extra.
That's right.
But regardless, it's on to round 2 versus Tori.
All right, Tori, what's your strategy?
Corners.
Which corner would you say?
Left.
She's going left!
No.
Tori, best of luck. Concentration. Oh, Tori! That was a good effort. Well played.
And with 2 of 6 down, I think it's worth pointing out, now that we were out in the field, I once again asked T-Mobile for an internet hookup. And that's when they suggested, why don't you just run the entire robot on 5G? And I said, well, in order to stop Ronaldo, flew through the air, across T-Mobile's portable private 5G network, straight into the robot, all in less than 10 milliseconds. Which means by the time your brain can even register the ball's moving, this robot has already moved to block it. Which is wild. Our third opponent, Kazushi,
Right,
came in
come
hot,
on.
making some very bold claims.
How
How
fast
long
can you
is this
kick?
ass?
70 miles per hour.
Really? Kazushi, I'm gonna ask again, now that I'm holding a radar gun, how fast can you kick a soccer ball?
Like 60.
Not even close enough.
Just called your bluff. Placement.
All right, Kazushi, let's see your 60-mile-an-hour blast.
Actually, like, let's go 55.
Okay, 55. Oh, wow. Wow.
Shoot.
Yeah! Let's go!
Unfortunately, my goalie couldn't keep a clean sheet due to some accuracy issues,
For the record, 54 miles per hour.
but failure is part of the process, so I took note and graciously moved on.
Get out of here, Kazushi. He walks at 2 miles an hour. I know that.
Our fourth kicker, Shinya, stepped up and just ripped a real beauty.
Yeah! Let's
How did I save that?
No chance! Shinya, what the heck? You broke my left arm!
That's my bad.
I think it might have actually hit the post.
Honestly, that's better than scoring. I broke it.
Shinya, get off my field!
My robot counterpart was definitely starting to fall apart, but my hope was he could keep it together for at least a few more saves.
Are you a lefty, Neo? He's not even saying. Oh, Mark, he's tricking you. Let's
go, Neo.
He is left. No, he's right. Neo! Yeah, let's go!
Good save.
We
Looks
got
like that
good as a
Robert's
defender. We blocked the
deteriorating.
shot, but we seem to be losing material on each one.
I mean, he
apart.
built it
Neo,
out of
this is for you.
foam.
It's a piece of me. Better luck next time,
Come on.
Neo.
Robot Mark Rober was on his last leg, but there was no time to tend to wounds when the final boss was waiting.
I've watched all these boys compete. I've seen them do their thing.
Yeah, but we've also been calibrating and learning ourselves.
I know, but you haven't seen a leg like mine before.
Oh, okay.
First video of yours I saw, you bombed what would have been like a 70-yard field goal.
It's light work.
I mean, the wind was
How you know? Were you
tailwind.
there?
I can see your shorts doing this. I've heard enough talk. Now I want to see the action.
So I gave him 3 tries. Simple rules. Best of 3 wins.
You're not gonna ask my strategy?
I don't need to know your strategy. You just kick it real hard.
See if you're ready for this mark.
Right at me. Oh, come on.
I want to test the body, see what the body has.
65 miles an hour, by the way.
Not bad, I'm just warming up. Let's try to hit 70 right here. Ooh.
Yeah, oh boy.
He blocked it though.
He blocked it.
At what cost?
You gotta sub him.
I knew he should have used better glue.
Broke his robot, bro. This man spent months designing this thing,
Month?
building this thing. He was bragging about carbon fiber this, steel foam this.
Think we might require a goalie swap.
So after a quick sub of my critically injured keeper, it all came down to this, the final shot. And with the score tied, it was winner takes all.
I think we need to move you closer.
Closer?
Robo goalie is optimized for the penalty kicks.
We'll see how optimized he is.
All right. Let's go!
And with an absolutely heroic effort, literally destroying himself to get an extra foot of
That's-
reach, he made the save.
Well,
Almost
dang.
made the save.
And he still scored. It doesn't count though. He blocked it.
So we have some strength issues. To be fair, I feel like the tracking is working well.
Yeah, it's been there every time.
But what do you think our chances are against Ronaldo?
If you fix the strength issues, I think he's got a pretty good shot against
He
While
could
these real-world
make it
tests
a
were
carbon
encouraging,
fiber.
it was clear we still had a bit
Instead
more
of
work
foam.
ahead of us. Ronaldo kicks even harder than D, so we'd clearly need to level up the robot's strength and durability. Dang it, he kicks hard. But even the speed and accuracy would need some work. For the strength issues, we knew from the beginning this would be a huge challenge because to withstand an 80-mile-an-hour kick, it needed to be really strong. But the bulkier and stronger something is, the harder it is to move it quickly. But it's
Mass.
a trade-off. Just like how it's harder for me to move this big, heavy bowling ball back and forth versus this lightweight, flimsy little ping pong ball. So to solve that, we just used an old trick I learned at NASA where you sandwich a piece of dense foam between 2 sheets of carbon fiber. And now you've got something that's really lightweight, weighing less than a gallon of milk,
And yet, it's also super strong. Abs, baby!
Carbon
this
fiber
solution
is
had one critical oversight.
strong
Attachment point.
material.
When we looked at the footage in slow motion, it was clear before the ball even made contact, the damage had already been done. And that's because we had to pull so hard on the goalie to get it moving that fast, we were peeling off the bracket and the whole back face in the process. So we reinforced the attachment of the bracket by adding 4 large diameter shear bolts and a carbon fiber cross member. And once we ran a test to simulate running the goalie with the old method
That'll do her.
versus the new method,
Yes.
it was clear this would make a huge difference.
Ship it.
To solve the accuracy issues, we doubled the number of cameras to 22, which means we've doubled the number of eyes looking for the ball stickers, so we no longer have the issue where we sometimes would lose sight of the ball. And finally, for the speed, we just pushed the motors to 250% of the standard power levels, which doubled the robot's speed to 41 miles per hour. With all those fixes in place, it was time for one final test to see if we were finally ready to face Cristiano Ronaldo. And the early indicators pointed to yes, we were.
The brain is not meant to see things that large moving that fast.
It triggers your get out of here now response.
But just to be sure, we collected a few more data points.
Chill.
I think I'm really liking our chances.
That thing is
I think this
flying.
is ready for the pros.
And with that, let's go. We were off to Portugal.
Hold on.
Get it? And it turns out Portugal's a beautiful
Ronaldo
country
is actually in
filled with really
Portugal?
cool people. But
And
unfortunately,
he playing
we had no
in
time to enjoy it because we had
UAE,
only one day to
something-
prepare to face off against
Saudi
their most
Arabia or
famous
something like that?
countrymen. And out of the gate, disaster struck because once we got to the field and set things up, our goalie robot was basically missing every shot.
Wait, did it move?
No.
But did you want it to move?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Something is wrong.
We couldn't get a good read on the ball position because there was so much noise in the tracking signal. And this was really confusing because we hadn't changed anything.
I wonder what that noise is from. It's so clean when we were in the States, right?
I'm kind of surprised. I'm looking at sources of
Internet
variability.
feedback.
And so as we stepped through all the sources of variability one by one, when we looked at the graph of the ball position from all the cameras and zoom all the way in, the ball seemed to be wiggling up and down just a tiny bit, about 1,500 times per minute, even though the ball itself was perfectly still. And 1,500 wiggles per minute coincidentally was the same RPM frequency of an engine you would find in a forklift that happened to be moving all around our field for the previous 3 hours. And that meant the motor vibrations were traveling through the tires, through the ground, and ever
moving
so
cameras.
slightly wiggling all 22 of our cameras, causing the super delicate tracking system to basically be useless. And so as soon as we cleared out the forklift, sure enough, the signal cleaned up perfectly, and we got back to blocking shots smooth as butter. For the most part. So while Ian stayed back to tackle that final bug in the code, I headed off to a Portugal World Cup qualifier game to do some last-minute recon on their star player before he would come over to meet our robot goalie.
Nah, he's studying his
And to
moves.
be honest, I didn't learn
Nah,
much
chill,
about
man.
Ronaldo's kicking game, but I did learn that his fans are very loyal.
Would you be really non-subscribed from Ronaldo for me?
Absolutely not.
Because I'm only 5 million subscribers away from passing him on YouTube, and suffice it to say,
No, absolutely no. No.
I would not
Ronaldo
be
only
getting
has
myself
like
any closer
70
while in this country. But the good
6
news
million?
is I know of another country that has 5 times the population of this one, so do your thing, Argentina. Now, seeing that I was mere hours away from the greatest showdown of my life, I headed back to the field to wait for Ronaldo to finish his game while I ran one final test. Because this is a super complicated robot that took a year to build, but if you want to know what it feels like to
Took
build
a
an epic
year.
robot of your own. Now that the game was over, it was time to face Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest soccer player of all time, a legend on the field. And oh my gosh, he's right here tying his shoes right in front of me. All of a sudden, this was real, it was happening, and I had to show him that I meant business. All right, Cristiano, I will bet you 5 million subscribers that you cannot score on me in goalie.
I'll give you 3 tries even.
That I don't score.
Yeah, and you won't score.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Now, of course, I didn't think I was going to stop all of them, but considering my
Come on, you
lifetime of
come
soccer
on.
experience,
You don't gotta
I wondered
stop.
if I had a shot at stopping one.
He-
I mean, he is Cristiano Ronaldo, but I've been training my whole life for this moment.
He's going lightweight.
Oh, that's
He's
not
literally
good.
just, you know,
Okay,
chilling.
obviously I wasn't going to be able to block all of them,
I'm not even wearing gloves. Ah!
or even 2,
That was like an inch gap. Okay.
but now
Now I know your tells.
I had a shot at getting 1. Because having seen Cristiano's form hitting both the left and the right, I had a chance to study his body language to figure out which direction he was going to.
Again, the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You even told me. That's disappointing.
One more.
No.
I actually have something else I want to show you over here.
It was time to introduce Ronaldo to my guest of honor, in front of half the Portugal national soccer team he brought over with him. No biggie.
All right, Cristiano, when I said you couldn't score on me, I meant you couldn't score on my robot.
And I held for applause, as did my robot. But Cristiano seemed less than impressed.
It looks big, eh?
Yeah, he's a little bigger than me.
Yeah.
You want to see
That's
how fast
fast.
it moves?
Yes.
Okay, Ian, we good? Let's show him.
That's how he
Do it one
knows.
more time.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He calculated. Now imagine.
Very fast.
It's pretty fast.
He's so
the
good.
robot is better than me.
Cristiano is so good that he actually
try.
calculated
Ronaldo was game.
Here we go.
that it's
I
gonna be
wanted to
hard.
get started pretty far away from the goalie.
Tô a aquecer ainda, tô a...
All right, Cristiano, we are ready.
Ok.
It was time for Ronaldo to face some cold hard engineering.
Hey!
Let me do another one just to see.
And his first kick didn't offer him up any clues.
You have a strategy now. What do you think?
We need to, I don't know.
Shoot at an angle.
That was fast.
Agora vou lhe dar com força, para ver.
Oh! So is he better than me?
Yes.
Ronaldo kept trying to go at it full force, and quickly realized this was not going to be an easy fight.
I like that you're stretching now.
Yeah, vou lhe dar porrada.
But the only thing taking a beating was Ronaldo standing amongst his teammates.
Queres tentar?
So I took a shot on my own.
If you keep going, you might tire him out. I don't know.
Ha! Come on now.
I'm just kidding.
Until he gently suggested I shut my mouth. Oh! Which left quite an impression.
Wow. That would have broken a nose.
The goalie robot looked to be unbeatable, which was a huge relief because when shipping the robot over here, one of the carriage rails got slightly damaged, and this meant sometimes it would stop short of the goalpost on kicks placed to the right. But thankfully, it didn't seem to be an issue after all.
You think he could be on the Portuguese team?
Yes, better than you.
Better than the
It seemed
goalkeeper.
like his theory was that the cameras were tracking his body to predict the ball direction before he kicked it. So he ran a simple test.
Oh! Panenka!
No.
The stunner!
But then he seemed to have a new plan
A bola tem sensor, não é ele. A bola, ele sente a bola a sair.
because he stopped using his kicks to try and beat the robot and started using his kicks to try and find a weakness.
Vou tentar diferente agora. Ai!
That had potential.
Se naquele cantinho ali. Tens de tentar colocá-la.
You just shoot at an angle, I think. You know when you shoot, like the coach earlier said, shoot at the banana or something like that. Shoot at an angle.
Last one. É isso que eu vou fazer.
All right, ready when you are.
Come on.
The funny thing about lifelong dreams is they always involve a bunch of unexpected twists and turns on the pathway up the mountain that often end up being some of the best moments.
Mas é...
He's the goat for a reason.
É impossível.
Come on now.
And even when the view at the top isn't exactly what you first pictured,
Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it, Ronaldo.
And very good, eh? Very good even.
Okay,
Very
good
nice.
it means you can now see a bunch more mountaintops you could potentially climb next. But those will have to wait for another video.
Oh, that's nice as you...
This is these NASA people. These NASA people. Oh my god, that was funny. These NASA people they invent some wild stuff. Oh, that was W video, man. W video. It was fun.